days of a spring break, a heartache. I do it all over again. Do it all over
Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken. So for your meditative session, what I got was thought number 18. What I'm getting from this card, it's not that you're not thinking. It's more of like, I feel like you're receiving aid at night. Like there's something that's going on with you at night where it's not only that things become very clear for you at nighttime. Like there's something that you're doing at night that's helping you become more clear. Maybe like this is for you to know that whatever you're doing in the nighttime is like, if you're wondering why the nighttime is more productive for you, or there's like something going on the night for you, I think it's like something about timing. Like during the day you have all these pressures and all these things to do, and you find yourself like staying up at night because it's like a time of peace for you, and that's why you're getting more done in the night than kind of during the day, like more fulfilling work done at night. And it's because like you don't have those like stressors. And I feel like you're also just working with, it's not like only working with spirit, it's like working with the universe, working with yourself, like using everything that you can to generate what it is that you're desiring. And it's just like there's something happening at night, maybe like in your dream state, or maybe like the ideas that you have, like the great ideas that you're getting is like mostly at night when you're lying in bed. But I feel like it has to do with you being in a relaxed position and like having had everything like gotten out of the way, so that you can like become like, so you can be in this meditative state. So that's what I got for your meditative session, Capricorn. Let's pull some cards and see what we got. So in the meditative session, Capricorn, what I got was thought, and in the card there was like someone looking into a cauldron, and it kind of looked like, let me see if I can get the card. Okay, so you see how like she's looking into the, like, I don't know what you want to call it. This is what she's looking at. Like, I feel like this is what's inside of there. This abundance, this is what you're creating. This is what you're looking at. This is like what at nighttime you're thinking about. This is like what you're talking to spirit about. It's like, how can I create this abundance in my life? Like, what do I need to do? What are the steps that I need to take? How will I create this? You're like in the planning stages, or you're just like, whatever stage you are in this it's not even a thought process. It's like in a manifestation mode. And it's not like, we all know that like it's on divine timing, right? So it's kind of like you're just like confirming with them, like, okay, so like next week I'm doing this, and then like, okay, the next week it's this gonna happen, and you know, I'm kind of feeling this way, and I'm like, can you give me some advice about this situation? It's like a hand in hand relationship where you're working with the divine to create what it is that you want, and what you want is this abundance. And I feel like this is like to tell you that you will receive it. Like, do you see this Six of Cups energy? It's like the receiving of this abundance. Like, yes, I'm already like skipping to the end of the reading. Like, oh yeah, like it's just so funny that I'm like, I guess this thought card is important because it's here to tell you, like, yes, like this abundance is coming for you. Just like be ready to receive it. I feel like it's been a long road, Capricorn. A very long road. I have been getting like very heavy messages when I do your readings. I know like 2 weeks ago I got a very like heavy healing message for you guys, and I think it's just been a very long road for you. And I feel like you had a choice whether you even wanted to go down this path. Like, I feel like maybe you had an option. I think you're like, I think also with the thought card, it's like you're a very smart person, and you kind of had a choice of like, maybe you even knew like you were postponing this like rebirth of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you had some sort of control over, like, we all have control over the rebirth of ourselves, like the new way of thinking, the new way that we want to be, the new way that we want to act, like whatever we're trying to manifest, like the change that we need to make in ourselves. Like, we all like subconsciously might know the things that we need to do. But with this one, it's kind of like, I feel like you really knew like all the things that you had to cut back, or all the things that you needed to change, and it was maybe like a stubborn energy in you where you were like kind of not wanting to move. That's what I'm getting. Like, it has been like a long time where you kind of were like, I don't know if I really want to do this, and then you did it and you're like, I don't know why I did this, because I feel like things might be even harder now. Like, it feels like now that you've like opened up to this new way of being and you have been reborn, you're like, it's just not like what I expected in a sense. It's not what I thought it was going to be, and it's not in a negative way. It's just like, I think you kind of want to skip, like just how I skipped kind of to the ending where I was like, this abundance is coming for you, and this like you're going to receive this energy. It's a sure thing kind of thing. I think it's like, I think you're like got to this point where you're doing this rebirthing process and you're like, I don't know why I'm doing this. And then once you did it, you're like, I don't know if I want, like, I don't know why I did this. Like, yeah, I just feel like there was a choice that you had to make in this whole rebirth process. And yes, you did make the decision to be reborn. You did make the decision to kind of enter into a new vibration. But I think it has only made things a lot harder for you in a sense. And I think it's made things easier and harder in one way. Like, do you see there's a skull in this picture? And like, yeah, a lot of things had to die for this to happen. Like, your old self had to die, which is very painful. Like, old people that didn't fit into your life had to go. That's also painful. Like, the letting go of all this, the old us and like the ego and everything, it's like a painful process. And I think that's like something you need to hear, that yes, it's a very painful process, and it is worth it. Like, you do have the abundance card, you are going to receive it. If you're like questioning, like, I know like this was the right decision, but I think again, it's just been like a very hard and a very long process. But I think you're like gonna start getting more into motion. Like, things are starting to speed up. I keep getting that message, like things are starting to speed up, and this is like you kind of just going on your path. Like, once things start to speed up, once you kind of realize, yes, like you have the divine working for you, like this is them kind of counseling you, like you're learning a lot. Everything's kind of happening in like a 2-speed. So you think like, oh, this is gonna be a really long process, and I'm already like tired. I'm already tired of this process. I'm already tired of like this, how many like deaths and rebirths do I have to go through? Like, how many sheddings of like the old skin do I have to do? It's like a choice that you're willingly making, but it's like a hard choice. You know, it hasn't been an easy process, and I feel like you're gonna finally get into the flow of things, and this is gonna be you, but it's like, it's gonna take you a moment. And then like, once you get into this energy, like there's like no stopping you, and there's never gonna be like, I feel like here's like a mirroring energy. Well, this is where you are now, or this is where you, like, this is probably where you are now, where you're like waiting to see some sort of abundance in your life. You're waiting to see the fruits of your labor. You're waiting to see like what was the kind of point of doing this? Like, you see it in yourself, but you don't really see it maybe in the 3D reality. And I feel like once it really fully is within you, then it will start to manifest with the abundance and the 6 of Cups. Like the receiving will happen, but it's like you're still in this energy, and this is the energy that you're going to be in. So like you think you're already there and you're not. And what I mean is like it takes a really long time to shed all those old skins. Like, yes, you might have done all the work, but remember like where you've been. Like, let's just say you've been you know those memes where they're like, oh, awakening, and like the person's in bed crying. Like, let's just say that's like how this process has been for you, and you've kind of like been in bed, been like alone, like haven't been really like talking to a lot of people, haven't been really going out. I mean, it was hard to go out last year anyway, so it's like you're stepping out now probably. And once you kind of step out and like come into your full energy, you're going to like just light up like this. And then the question is not of whether you're going to get the abundance, it's like whether you're going to be able to perceive it. Because yes, like the abundance is coming for you, and I feel like you are ready to receive it, but there's something about your perception that like maybe is the last thing that needs to change before this like full illumination of self, this full like walking like in the energy that you need to kind of be in for this abundance to come in. It just mainly has to do with perspective. Again, there's been a lot of like thinking, energy, thought. This person's kind of like, what the like, what did I get myself into? And it just takes some time, but I feel like it's just gonna take time, and it has something to do with the way that you see things, like your perspective on the situation, your perspective on this whole thing. Also, I feel like once you receive, like another message is like once you receive this abundance, your whole perception on the process will also change. Like here, I feel like you had to follow people, like you had to get a lot of advice, you were kind of like wishy-washy about the whole thing, and like here you're going to be like in another energy, like I'm gonna say like an evolved form. I don't know, like I'm like Pokemon, like this is like the evolved form of you. Like the wishy-washiness and like what am I doing kind of energy, I don't know if I should be doing this is like a hard process, like all that is gonna kind of like be alleviated, and like you're just gonna step into this power, and then the abundance will flow. Like you're already ready to receive, and I just think this involves like a change in perception. This is a really good reading, Capricorn. Let's see what the advice is for you. Okay, Capricorn, what I'm getting from Koala Spirit has a plan 3-5, is like this is the energy that you were in when you like kind of accepted this path, right? So it's like it's a decision that we have to make to kind of go through this painful ending of our own selves, of our ego, of like the negative things, the things we want to change, like to be reborn, to shed all that oldness. It's like we have to be consciously like into going into the plan, right? And I think like you trusted Spirit. You're like, oh, like there's a Spirit has a plan, so I'm just gonna go along with it, even though it was uncomfortable, even though it like hurt. Again, like this was you trusting in Spirit, And I feel like Akilanda was there to tell you that, like, through that whole dark time that you had, through like all the painful moments, she's the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. I think she's there to tell you, like, she was there the entire time. And every time, like, you were broken, you know, you have to, like, kind of to like be reborn, to like step into this new path, to get into like a higher vibration, whatever you want to call it. Like, to do this, we have to break down, right? We have to break down like all the barriers, break down the ego. It's like, it's not just like a forming, a rebirth, it's like a breaking down, and you had to go through that first. And I feel like you're just at the end of it, or you're just about to step onto like the new pathway where you're done like with that part of the journey. But she's here to tell you, like, she was always there, and like that's kind of what it was like consisted of. And like, I think you didn't really know that before getting into it, or if you're in this beginning process, it's something that you like need to hear. I feel like a lot of you are already like at the end of the process, but there are some of you that are in the beginning of the process, and it's like, don't like give up. This person is with you. Like, call upon her if you need help, because she's there. It's like the colors are so surreal. It's like I'm like tripping out with this card. I think it's like it's probably one of the most beautiful cards in the deck, and I think she's there to like tell you that she's there for you, for the people in the beginning, and she will always be there for you, whatever like side of the journey you're on. But for the people, especially in the beginning of the rebirth process, where they're like deciding to kind of work with spirit, they'll like like accept this into their life and accept the things that they need to change, she's there for you. Please call upon her. And what I'm getting with 56, Spider Spirit, make your dreams a reality, or make your dreams real. I'm seeing that as like the new kind of way that you're going to be. It's like, it's going to be so easy to kind of weave your dreams into a reality. I was saying in like the other readings that this energy is like a very fast energy. And I feel like when you're on this side of the process, it can seem very slow, but once you like hit a certain threshold, it just like kind of starts to go a lot faster. So for the people on this side, I feel like it's going a lot faster for you, and it's like a spider weaving a web. Like, you can like go outside, it rained, and the web could be gone, and then the next day like the web's back up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how quick this energy is. And I was to say, like, this ending process, this end side is going to be very quick. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you guys liked your reading. I love you, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.